Okay, welcome everybody. This is section 3.4, and it's over something called the 5-number summary. And once again, we've actually looked at the 5-number summary before. We're going to be using the calculator. Be very familiar with this calculator. Okay, so the 5-number summary. The 5-number summary consists of 5 different numbers. The lowest number in a data set, Q1, Q3, the highest number in the data set, and the median. This is the median. What's another name for median?
Would it be midpoint?
Midpoint and median are not the same, but I wanted you, from last time we talked about this, median is also called Q2. I think we talked about this last time, or I talked about this in that video in section 3.3. Also, if you haven't watched the 3.3 video, it's posted in week 5. Make sure you watch it because I talk about Q2 and median are the same thing. So there is a Q3 or 3.3 video. Let me go there really quick. Again, that we didn't cover in class, but because we had so much stuff in class. In week 5, I posted this other video down here that says 3.3 down here. So if you haven't watched that yet, watch it and take notes. That's over 3.3. So in class last week, we did 3.1 and 3.2. 3.3 is something I did on Friday and I posted it on Saturday. So make sure you watch that 3.3 video. Okay. So I am going back to the workbook. 5-number summary. We already said it's low, Q1, Q2, Q3, and the high. This is what a 5-number summary, you get it from. It's called a box plot. So this is called a box plot, and we're going to do one on our calculator today. We're going to do one on our calculator. This is the low number. This is Q1. This is Q2, also known as the median. This is Q3, and this is the high number, the highest number in the data set. So that's the 5-number summary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get that from a box plot. And by the way, in the workbook, they have the little links to the YouTube videos also to help you get through it. So we're going to do a construct a box plot. So we're going to actually construct a box plot on our calculator. Step 1 for constructing a box plot. Step 1, type data into L1. Let's type all this data into L1, into list 1. You go to stat, number 1, edit, clear all your other lists if you have anything in your lists, and type in those numbers into list 1. And I'm going to show you my calculator in a little bit and going through these steps, but I want to write them all down because if I go to my calculator right now, all this is going to get erased. Step 2, just like we did the dots, the scatter plot, we're going to hit the second button on our calculator and go to Y equals button, which is the stat plot. Second stat plot. And we're going to turn it on. And I'm going to show you this once again on the calculator. Then we're going to arrow over to, there are on the stat plot, there are 6 different boxes to go to, right? This is the little line here. This was the table. We're going to go to this one right here. That's our stat plot. This is the one we want to do. Highlight it. Will it let me? Oh, it's not going to let me scroll down. And then I'm running out of room here. And then we're going to go, I'm going to just go like this. Then we're going to go to X list and Y list. This should be blank. Y list should be blank. X list should be L1.
Sir, I have a quick question. So like on our calculator, we have is it the box, the one with the 1 box or the one with the 2 box?
It's the one in between. You should see 6 boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It should be this one. The bottom row, the middle.
Bottom row.
And once again, I'm going to show you that on here again, but I want to write down these steps before I continue.
Okay.
And then Mark, you have the little dot there. And then we're just going to hit, I don't know what we're going to hit then. I want to hit graph, but it's not letting me. Second stat plot. Stat plot is on. Oh, I didn't highlight that. And graph. Oh, your window has to be set. I'm going to say from 0. The highest piece of data is 296. I'm going to say 0 to 300. Let me just verify that. Yes. So, and then go to step 3. Go to window. And for the X values, look at data. And I'm going from 0 to 296, so I'm going 0 to 300 on the X min, and X max. For Y, it doesn't matter. The Y values don't matter, I don't think. I have my Y values negative 10, 10. And then you hit graph, and then we're good to go. And then finally, so I'm going to show you that. Then we hit our graph right at the end. Hit our graph button, and you should get the picture. So I'll give you a second, and then I'm going to go through the whole process on my calculator. Type data into L1. Second stat plot, turn it on. Highlight that middle box. List 1 should, X list should be L1, Y list should be blank. Window should be from 0 to whatever your highest value is.
Sir, are we putting all the numbers into L1?
Yes.
Okay.
All the numbers into L1. It's an entire list of all the data, so yes. All right, I'll give you another second, and then I'll show you on the calculator. And I do notice quite a few people are not following along because I noticed the last quiz was a disaster. I'm telling you, if you don't practice these things, it's gonna be tough.
I'm following. I'm just I just pressed graph and I just graphed it, but I didn't know you wanted us to look at the data.
No,
Now I'm here.
okay. All right. So let me show you what I wanted to do. I'm going to go to the calculator. So in the calculator, I'm going to stat number 1, edit, and I typed in all the data. Hopefully I typed it in correctly. We typed everything into L1. And then we want to turn our box plot on. So we're going to second and then the equal sign, the stat plot. Second stat plot. And we want to turn the plot on. Hit enter. If it's off, make sure it's turned on. Oop. Second. There we wherever the second is. There it is. And once you turn it on, make sure this where we are. This one, the middle one on the bottom is highlighted. X list L1. If you have a Y list on there, make it blank.
So for some of us using the app instead of the computer, I'm just going to go ahead and show off on my camera.
Who is this?
John.
Okay, John, let me let me give you rights.
For you guys.
Okay, go ahead, John.
Yeah, this is just what it's set up like right now. You don't.
Share. Oh, it's okay. I thought you were going to show something different.
Oh no, I'm showing on my phone. I'm using my phone as my calculator.
Okay. Okay. So and if it says frequency, just put a number 1 in there. So everybody should be at this pot. Now we're going to go to window. Our data was, the highest piece of data was 296. So when I go to my window, oh, window's up here. Oh, that wasn't right. When I go to my window up here, I'm going from 0 to 300. So the 296 was the highest, so I went a little bit more than that, 0 to 200. Why I still have at negative 1010. Not too worried about that. I think it puts it in there automatically. Now when you hit graph, you should get the box plot. See, even though I have negative 1010, it doesn't, for the Y, I don't think that really matters much.
Sir, mine says error window range, and then it says quit.
Check your window. It should say 0, 300. The X min should say negative 10. Y min should say positive 10. You have maybe something in the wrong spot. Or you use subtraction instead of a negative for the minus 10.
Okay, so I have 0, 300, then I have negative 10 and 10.
Okay, and is it working?
Okay, I got it.
No, it says invalid.
Okay, right here, this negative, make sure it's down. You're using this negative button here. If you use minus 10, I think it still worked. That's weird. Then maybe your box plot is wrong as far as your settings on your box plot. Is your box plot on and you clicked on the right correct? This one is the one that's highlighted. X list should be L1, frequency should be 1.
Is it the first Tallest or the second?
Say that again.
On the type of like the plot tables, is it the first one in the list or the second?
You talk. What do you're talking about right here?
Yes, sir.
The second one on the bottom.
The second one. Okay, I got you.
The second one on the bottom.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Okay, you were using something else. So
Yes.
this is for the box plot, right? Good. All right, so this is what we have. Now, if you click on trace, do you see and push and then arrow over? That first number is the lowest number on our graph. Do you see it says 30? And then Q1 is right there, is 47. Arrow over. The median, or Q2, is whatever that is, 83.5. Q3 is 164, and the highest number in our data set better be 296. Yes, that means we typed in all the data correctly. So what I did was I just hit this trace button up here and then arrowed over to each one. It will mark it for us.
Professor Troutman, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm using the app and I got the box plot and the plots are correct, but it looks like it's negative instead of positive. Like it's like reflected over the x-axis instead of like being where yours is on the calculator.
And your window's the same as mine, 0300?
Yeah, it just shows
Yes.
up underneath the Y.
Yeah, that's what mine looks like. It looks like John's.
Oh, can you see John's?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
showing it on my.
Oh, how come I can't see? Oh, wait, hang on.
My screen.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. If it looks like John's, that's fine. I mean, it's the same as mine, except his
There is
shows
no Y
negative
value,
on
so
there.
they had to put it somewhere. They just
Yeah.
put it on the negative Y instead of on the positive Y.
Yeah. That's fine. The Y's really don't matter. The Y part don't matter, as long as you get this picture. Now, also, if we just clear what we have here, don't forget, if we go to stat number 1, var stats, calculate 1 var stats. Remember, this is from last week. Stat, arrow over to calculate 1 var stats. L1, we're not doing anything in L2, so I'm clearing that. Stat, 1 var stats, nothing's going to be in the frequency list. When you hit enter and scroll down, it has your 5-number summary. The minimum was 30, the smallest. Q1 was 47, median is 83.5, Q3 is 164, and if I scroll down, the highest number is 296. So the 5-number summary is in 1 var stats, where you get the median, standard deviation, the mean, all that it's in the same spot. So you don't have to get it from the graph, but there is going to be a couple of problems on the test where you have to pick the correct box plot, and yours should look like the one on the page. So minimum, Q1, median, which is also called Q2, Q3, and max. You can get that from stat, calculate 1 var stats. Make sure there's nothing in the frequency list, because we're only doing the list 1. And then all the 5-number summary is at the bottom if you scroll down. All righty. Back to the workbook. Oh, they give us the work. They give us the box plot in the workbook. There we go. So those are the same numbers we ended up with. All right, so let's do a box plot and the 5-number summary for all this data. So type all this data into L1, and since our everything else is turned on, we should be ready to go. L1, you're going to have to probably change your window, but there's L1. Let's do the box plot and then label the 5-number summary on here. So I'm going to go ahead and type that into L1. So there should be 11 pieces of data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because I typed in 11 pieces on here, yes. And can somebody tell me, once you type this into L1, what are you going to change your window to? Anybody just want to say it?
To 0, 300, negative 10, 10.
Not 0, 300. Look at the data here. What's the highest piece of data?
Oh,
Like
400.
500?
Yeah, there's a 437. You could do 500 or 450. Yeah, let's do 0, 500. That sounds good to me. And then when you graph it, it should look something like that. I have 0 to 500. And John has his on the screen. I don't know why the app does it. It doesn't matter where it is on the y-axis because we're only looking at the numbers on the x. So, I mean, from here, once again, you can hit trace and it'll tell you the, arrow over. The smallest piece of data is whatever that says. It's so small, I can't even see it. I'm so blind. Where's my zoom? There we go. 136. Q1 is 176, 375, 412, and 437. Now, once again, you can also go to stat, calculate, 1var stats, and scroll all the way down, and you have your 5-number summary there. Minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3, and maximum. So you can also
Sir, where
go to
do you go to
stat.
find that?
Say that again.
Where do you go to find that?
Stat, arrow over to calculate, and then 1var stats. Hit enter. And then you just want it in L1. The frequency list should be blank. It's the same place where we found the mean and the standard deviation. Then scroll down from here and the 5-number summary is there.
Okay.
Stat, calculate, 1var stats, and then scroll down. You notice we do a lot of stuff there. Stat, calculate, 1var stats.
All right, sir. And I just wanted to clarify on the 5-number summary. Those are the same numbers that are used in the box plot, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So you can get the information either way. So in the workbook, let's put our answer down. If it lets me, there we go. The lowest piece of data was 136. Q1 was 176. Median, and I'm just going to write other known as Q2 is 375. Q3 is 412, and here I got 437. I hope we all got the same numbers. If we got something different, we might have typed something different in. Any questions on that? The hardest part is making sure your window's set. I mean, if you want to get a picture, you just look at your data and the highest piece of data, which is 437. So you could have made your window from 0 to 450 or 0 to 500 like we did. It didn't matter, just as long as you get the whole picture in there. All right. Let's scroll down. Oh, there's a box plot. Oh, they don't even, this is a different problem. They said from here, we want you to type in the answer. Okay, so they don't give us the data. We have to type in the answer. What is our maximum value?
3,200.
Yes, there is our maximum value. Minimum value.
2,700.
Minimum value, that's 2,700. This is Q1. Q2, also known as median, and this is Q3. So Q1 is 28. Oh, median. Oh, they're tricking us. They're just putting them out of order. Median is 3,000. Q1 is 2,800, and Q3 was 3,100. So they didn't give us the data, but they gave us the box plot, and we had to list each one, the 5-number summary from the box plot and the graph. Any questions on this?
So for this one, we just had to find each of the 5
Yes.
summary things, and then okay.
Yes. And as I move down, that's it. I do want to do one more. Let's do one more while we're here. Give me a second. Let's do the 5-number. Let's do a box plot. I just want to make sure everybody's got this box plot and a 5-number summary for these numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 27. What? Let's do the box plot for these numbers. And this is what I got. 1, 2, 4, 8, 27. I put my, what did you guys put your window on? I put 0 to 30, but you could have did 0 to 50, or it just, the max has to be higher than 27, but maybe
I
not
put
too
0
high.
to 30.
Yeah, that's what I did. It should look something like the picture I have here. Did everybody get 1, 2, 4, 8, 27 when they went through 5-number summary?
Yes.
Remember, also you can hit trace and arrow over to find the different numbers. Or you can go to 1var stats. So I typed the data into L1. I went to my window and changed it to 0 to 30 on the x-axis. And then I hit graph because my stat plot, my box plot is on. And then I can go to trace, and if it's hard to see, it's not focusing. Where's the focus? There's a focus on here somewhere. There we go. So the minimum was 1. Even it says on the bottom of my calculator, Q2 is 2, or Q1 is 2. Median or Q2 is 4. Q3 is 8, and maximum is 27. All right. All right. So now that's it for this section. Let me hit stop record.